Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. We are on week 3 of our unplanned no spend, which has turned into a pantry purge. We still haven't spent any cash, so we are eating from our existing supplies. That's working great. And one thing that we did do this week is a little reorganization of our upstairs pantry. We took everything out of the pantry and kind of took an inventory, moved it all back in, and that gives us a better understanding of everything that we are working with. We had some amazing meals this week. Check out what we were able to eat simply from items that we already had in the house. I'm making an experiment. When we were teenagers, I used to make this all of the time for myself and my sisters for lunches. Back then, it was always ragu. Ragu had the lid that you could twist on and off. So we would spread ragu on bread and we would top it with cheese slices. And sometimes we would add other things on, and sometimes it was just the cheese. And then we would put it on broil in the oven so that it would toast up nice and brown. So I'm going to see what I can make out of this. The bread slices are really oversized, so the cheese doesn't cover as much as of it as what I would like. So I am going to get a third cheese slice and I'm going to doctor these up so that they have a little more coverage of cheese. Since this is an experiment and everything. This looks much, much better. Now we are going to bake it. And this is how it turned out. The piece on the left got toastier than the piece on the right. That was more what I was looking to get, but I'm going to try this, and I'm actually looking forward to it. This feels like a throwback to my teenage years. Tonight for supper, we are eating up the leftover taco meat and some of the other toppings that we had for the tacos, and we are having it as taco salad. We'll probably both add a little more salsa, and we'll be good to go. Popcorn for a snack. So some freshly popped popcorn, and to top it, we have some popcorn seasoning that we have left over from last Christmas. Smoothie today, using up some more of the frozen strawberries, a banana that I had in the freezer, some juice, some yogurt, and I'm going to scrounge around. If we have any older protein powder, it's going to get a dose of that as well. I did find some old protein powder. I also added some, I don't know if that's kale or Swiss chard from the freezer. It needs a little more liquid, and then we'll be good to go. Smoothies, strawberry, banana, Swiss chard. Spaghetti noodles with butter, a little bit of the opened pasta sauce, and some spices. So I was digging around in the freezer to help me identify a couple things for sure that I would like to cook up this week. And these are two that are high on my list. This is a package of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. This is a medium ground beef. Both of these are on my agenda for the week. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with them yet. I was thinking for the chicken breasts that I might just cook these and then use the chicken as ingredients in a couple different meals, but I'm uncertain. So we'll see. I'm going to put my thinking cap on and see what I can come up with. I have decided to make some chili. So I've got some stewed tomatoes here in the pot with the ground beef and some onions. Out of the freezer, I dug this bag of white kidney beans and black beans, and often when I make a chili, I want to use two different kinds of beans, but I don't want to use a full can of each, so I just freeze the rest. I've got some mushrooms here. I know I have green peppers in the freezer, so let's see what we can throw together. I am going to make some cornbread, 2 little loaves and some individual serving sizes to go with the chili. Chili with jalapeno cornbread. Chili and a fruit, nut, and cheese snack for lunch today. Trying to figure out what to make with the chicken. I started going through some of our Epicure packets, and we found this one, creamy pesto parmesan chicken, and it was discontinued. I'm going to say maybe 2 years ago, definitely 18 months ago. So this is an oldie. We used one of the chicken breasts that we thawed. We combined it with some frozen pre-stuffed cannelloni that came in a 2-pack from Costco. We had purchased it maybe 6 weeks ago. We ate 1 pack and popped one in the freezer. And the broccoli is from a flash food box that we also got in December, and we couldn't eat everything fast enough, so we processed the broccoli and froze it. I think this is a really good way to use up a bunch of different things. I'm excited to try this. Chili and cornbread for lunch today. 2 things can happen when you're doing a pantry purge or a no spend. Number 1, you find old items in the freezer that you forgot about, that you think, okay, yeah, I've really got to use this up. And then you try to figure out how you're going to use it up in a way that is somewhat appealing. And then there's the total opposite. You find something and you think, oh my gosh, this was in the freezer? I totally forgot about this. How exciting. It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We found this in the freezer. Very, very, very excited. I would never buy these full price, so it must have been on sale sometime. There were some coupons floating around for a while at the end of last summer, early fall, so I'm not exactly sure how long this has been in the freezer, but I am absolutely thrilled that we found that, and we are going to have tacos tonight. Okay, I have it opened, and inside you get the package of shredded beef. There's vegetables, which is peppers, onions, and corn. There is seasoning powder, and there's also a sauce/salsa. What it doesn't come with is taco shells. So we had these also in the pantry. I don't buy stuff like this, the fancy ones, very often. This normally happens when I take the handsome one grocery shopping with me. He talks me into all kinds of things that I don't normally buy. I will say though, he normally can only talk me into things if they're on sale. So these were on sale. I'm pretty sure they were 2 for $5. I just wasn't planning on getting them that day, but now we have them in the pantry, thankfully. And these are the fancy ones that are cheesy and taste like Doritos. So these are going to be extra awesome, super fantastic tacos for Taco Tuesday tonight. I am looking forward to this. It smells amazing. The beef smells like super strong, like roast beef. I can smell the spices. I'm really excited about this. I will say we had one of these kits before, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. These look so delicious. Can't wait. I did not come in here for ice cream at all. Why I'm still walking around the store, I don't know. This is a terrible idea. And then I see these, $7.49 regular, $1.99, the store only. Those look like a really delicious treat to have. Should I get them? We are on a no spend. I do have fast fuel coupons. Should I get them, yes or no? Okay, I was weak. I bought the ice creams for a treat. However, our no spend is still successful because I redeemed fast fuel coupons and I didn't have to pay any cash out of pocket. So I got those ice creams for free. Yummy snacks. We are using the second chicken breast to make chicken fried rice tonight for supper. This looks and smells delicious. The handsome one made it. And he tells me the trick to making good fried rice is to make sure that you have cooked the rice in advance and that it has time to cool. So the rice was cooked this afternoon and chilled in the fridge for the remainder of the day until we were ready for supper. For supper tonight, I am making an everything chicken poutine. So what that consists of, I am going to use here the last of the chicken breasts that we had out of the freezer. So there were 3 chicken breasts in that package. We used one of them to go with the cannoli. We used one of them for the chicken fried rice, and then we're going to use the third one tonight on the chicken poutines. So we will cook the fries. Then I will use these leftover broth pucks to make chicken gravy. I'll cut this up really fine and I'll mix it with the gravy. I will make this stovetop stuffing. So then when we're serving it, it'll go fries topped with stovetop stuffing. I will pour over top of that the gravy and chicken mixture, and then I will top that with peas. Should be really delicious. You can see here we are reorganizing the cupboards. Not a bad thing to do when we are doing a no spend. It will give us a much better idea of what we have in the pantry available for us to use. More stuff. Oh, 2 packages of Bisquick, Rice Krispies. These are my baking supplies. Just all kinds of things available, but really good to kind of get it out. I'll put it back in and then I'll be able to prioritize what we need to use up first. The everything chicken poutines turned out pretty good. We had a little bit of cabbage left, so we decided to make some coleslaw with it, because if we were getting this in a restaurant, it would come with a little side of coleslaw, so that just seems fancy and appropriate. Looking forward to trying this. The pantry looks so much better now that I have taken every item out, reorganized everything, and put it back in a way that I can access everything easily. And it allowed me to take a really good inventory of what we had. Thanks so much for watching this week. A couple things that I just want to refresh after the week has finished. The chili turned out well, but I was concerned that it wasn't going to be what I was hoping. I'm sure everybody has done this at some point, started a recipe, and not just like getting the ingredients out, but started to cook the recipe and then realized you didn't have as much of something as what you thought. And that's what happened to me. We didn't have much chili powder, nowhere's near what I would normally use for a chili. So I dug around in the spices that I had, and I found 2 things that I thought, okay, well, this is what it's going to be. I had chili flakes and garlic. Those were together, and so I put quite a few of those in. And I had another spice, and it was called ancho lime. I read the ingredients, so it was a combination of a bunch of different spices, and it had some peppers in it that I'd never heard of, some lime. I don't know, it seemed kind of Mexican, so I thought, okay, I'm going to try this, and hopefully it ends up spicy enough. And it was probably the best chili that I have made in years. It turned out amazing. So I will remember that moving forward. Sometimes making those ingredient swaps because you're trying to clean out your pantry and you don't have exactly what you normally use, and you discover something that you like even better. So that was great. And The poutine, the everything chicken poutine, was totally delicious. I've had them in restaurants before, and we've made some similar version of it here before, but I've never added the stuffing, which is something that's common when you would buy an everything poutine at a restaurant here. So those both turned out really well. I was really pleased with those, and of course used up a bunch of stuff that we had in the pantry and the freezer. Leave your comments, share the videos, subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everybody.